Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is my 34-week pregnancy update. Just 6 more weeks to go, less than at this point. Every day counts, right? So today I'm exactly 34 weeks and 2 days pregnant, which means today I have 40 days left till my due date. 40 days. That's all I got to make it through. 40 more days. I'm hoping for less. You know, even just a couple days less would be great. I did go a week overdue with my daughter. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Linny. I have done weekly pregnancy updates throughout this entire pregnancy. This baby was conceived through IVF, which is in vitro fertilization, as well as my 3-year-old daughter. She was also conceived through IVF. So we are very excited to welcome little babe. We do not know the gender, so it's very exciting. This week, baby is about 17 3/4 long and weighing about 4 3/4 pounds. So babe's growing. I'm gonna assume this little babe is probably a little bit bigger than that already because my daughter was on the bigger end for a baby. She was a week late, but she was 8.5 pounds and 21 1/4, I believe, inches long. But right now, this little babe is about the size of a cantaloupe, a cabbage, a butternut squash, and then for my 90s babies, moon boots, which I had to look up. I am a 90s baby myself, but I was unsure what a moon boot was. That I had never, I think I'd heard of them, but I did not know what it looks like. And I appreciate the effort in the 90s comparisons, but I always think they're off. They're on the What to Expect app. So, I don't know. I just feel like a moon boot is not quite as big as a cantaloupe or a cabbage or squash, but correct me if I'm wrong. I guess it depends on what size the boot is, but yeah. Weight gain this week, so I gained another pound. This is like the trend throughout this entire pregnancy. I think even throughout my first trimester, I consistently have been gaining 1 pound pretty much a week. So when I weighed myself on Friday is when my weeks turn over, I weighed 163.2, which is so bizarre too because I literally gain exactly a pound. Because last week I weighed 162.2. The week before that I weighed 161.2. So I don't know what it is with the 0.2, but I legitly am gaining exactly a pound a week, or I have the last 3 weeks. So that makes it a total of 37 pounds throughout this pregnancy. So I'm trying to stay around the 40-ish pound mark, which as long as I only gain a pound a week from here on out, you know, I won't be too far over 40 pounds. So we'll see. My symptoms this week, well, you can probably tell, shortness of breath. Like I'm to the point where I just cannot breathe. So running out of breath, running out of room, I'm feeling like in my belly. I would say just your typical 3rd trimester symptoms at this point. So I'm just extremely uncomfortable. I'm ready to have the baby. Like I wish I wasn't going 40 more days till my due date. Because I'm just very uncomfortable this time. It's really hit me hard this week. I feel like the uncomfortableness and the shortness of breath. And I've been having a lot of pressure down there recently. So I'm hoping that baby is head down and starting to descend a little bit lower. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't been checked yet, and I don't think my doctor will check me. Maybe she'll check me when I do the strep, when she checks me for strep or whatever, which I believe is at 36 weeks. But I don't recall being checked this early with my daughter, so I'm doubting that that's going to happen until 36 or 37 weeks. And my stomach feels so heavy. Like, it just feels like it weighs a ton. Like, at this point, it feels like I just need to detach my stomach. Like, it's a whole nother entity growing on me. It's so crazy to be pregnant. It really is a wild journey. Still getting leg cramps frequently throughout the night when I'm sleeping. And then one of the most annoying things, and this has been a few weeks now, I feel like I've had this, and I don't know if I've mentioned it. I feel like I have mentioned it, but little babe must be hitting a nerve somewhere in my stomach. My upper right side of my stomach, if I sit or lay a certain way, like, starts to go numb. It's crazy, and I hate the feeling of it. It's such a weird sensation, like something I've just never felt before. It's not painful. It literally feels like it's numb, like numb. I don't know. I looked it up online, and it says that baby's probably hitting a nerve, and that's the numbness that you feel. I don't know. Let me know if anybody has experienced anything like this. With my daughter, I never experienced anything like this, so this is a completely new symptom for me. It's really bizarre, and I really cannot stand the feeling of the numbness. I think it's more so if I'm like, if I lay in a weird position. I don't know. It's really weird. I will say I noticed too swelling in my feet a little bit this week. My hands still really haven't been swollen at all. And I am on my feet all day, pretty much at work when I'm working. So by the end of the day, my feet are definitely a little swollen. Nothing like alarming, but just a little bit. So, just your typical third trimester symptoms is what I'm experiencing. Cravings. This week, I can't really say, I don't think I've had a strong craving for anything this week. My sleep has been decent. Honestly, for being in the third trimester at 34 weeks, it's been all right. As long as I don't have to get up out of bed to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, my sleep is good. If I have to get up and pee, forget it. I'm not going back to bed. So I do wake up occasionally having to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. And I just try to force myself to fall back asleep and hold it until it's time for me to get up, because I know if I get out of bed, I just cannot fall back asleep. My gender guess this week is still boy. I don't know why, but like when I'm talking about the little babe, I sometimes almost refer to baby as a boy, but I always catch myself before it comes out, but I like think it in my head. So I don't know. It's just, I really just don't know, but I'm going to guess boy. I'm guessing, like it's really a guess at this point. I just haven't had like that strong feeling. So guessing boy. At this point, I feel like I have guessed boy every single week in my updates so far. There has been a few days throughout my pregnancy, I guess, where I would have guessed girl. You would have just had to catch me on that day. But for the most part, I've guessed boy. So I don't know. I feel like at this point, because I keep guessing boy, It's probably not going to change, my guess. And I feel like I'm going to be a little bit more shocked if baby is a girl at this point, because I keep saying that I'm guessing boy. So I don't know, maybe like hearing myself say that, I don't know. And because I've almost referred to baby as a boy now a couple times, that I'll be a little bit more shocked if baby's a girl. I think it would just be so weird to have another little girl, because I already have a little girl. I just can't envision another little girl. It just seems so weird to me. I don't know. So maybe too, that's why I keep guessing boy, just because I can't envision right now having another little girl, though I would be so extremely excited. I don't know. I can't envision it. Stretch marks. Yes, I have noticed they are creeping up my stomach, which is really unfortunate, but it is what it is. I've been very itchy too this past week. So I'm hoping I don't get a ton more, but it is what it is. Whatever it takes to grow this little babe, you know? I think I had a much harder time in my last pregnancy when it was like new to me to get stretch marks on my stomach, because before having Rosalie I had no stretch marks on my stomach. So it was really hard for me, I would say, especially after having her, when you can really see how many stretch marks you've gotten. I had a really, really hard time with that, but you know, she's 3 now. So I've grown to accept my stretch marks, and it is what it is, you know. Whatever. Honestly, what does it kind of sucks that I can't wear like 2-piece bathing suits. I guess I could, but I wouldn't. I'm not that comfortable with them that I'm going to show them off to the world, but honestly, nobody sees them other than like my daughter or my husband at this point. I'm all right wearing 1-pieces or like high-waisted bathing suits. So I don't know. I've just grown to accept them. So hopefully it's not as rough for me after having this baby as it was after I had my daughter, to like learn to accept the new body that you have after giving birth. Movement. Little babe has been, I feel like, changing its schedule. So I've been feeling baby move a lot more during the day the past couple of days, opposed to at nighttime. So baby still moves a lot at night, but I've just noticed it a lot more throughout the day now. So hopefully that means that little babe's schedule is kind of not nocturnal, but we'll see when baby arrives. I'm also very curious at this point if baby is head down. And I felt like throughout this whole time that baby has been head down, and then recently, like within the past week, I've started worrying a little bit that baby may not be head down, and I don't know why. But like I said, I haven't been checked yet, so I really don't know if babe's head down or not. So I don't know. I know at this point, at 34 weeks, baby definitely should be like in position. So I'm just really hoping. I think I had a C-section with my daughter, and I'm going to try for a VBAC, and I think I'm starting to worry a little bit because I really want to have a VBAC. I don't want to go for another C-section. So, you know, all the thoughts of not being able to have a VBAC, and that is one of them, is, you know, if babe's breech, then I'm going to have to go for another C-section, and I just don't want to. New baby items. So I have picked up a few new baby items this week. So I got this little like lovey. This is what we call these little like heads with blankets on them, loveys. And my daughter is obsessed with hers. So I let her pick out one for the baby. She picked out a little elephant. I think I showed it in one of my previous videos, but this one is like a little lamb. It's just white and then gray and black stars underneath. It is so, so soft. I got it at Target. It is by Carter's, and there is no price on it. I want to say it was like $7. So I got that. Nothing really that I really needed, but here we are. And then I picked this up too. So this is also by Carter's, and this retailed for $28. I know it was 40% off, and then I had a 30% off coupon, so I don't know what that comes to, but it was really cheap. It's a 2-piece set. This one has like little gray elephants, and then this one is just gray and white striped. And these are my favorite kind of sleepers, the ones that open at the bottom. I got it in 3 months because, like I said, my babies tend to be a little bit on the bigger side. And I really didn't plan on buying any more clothes for little babe, but this is like fleece. And I live in Ohio, and it's already on the chillier side. So I really like that this is like nice and warm and fleece material. I'm sure we'll be getting a lot of use out of that. But if you hadn't noticed, I'm like wearing a sweater today. It is in the 60s here in Cleveland. It's not even fall yet. I think the first day of fall is actually this week, on September 22nd. So we are already experiencing the crazy fall weather here in Ohio. And then another thing that I got for little babe, this is by Carter's as well. I have to lint roll it. I must have washed it with something that had a lot of fur. I don't know. But yes, this is for a little boy. So in one of my previous updates, I showed you a little girl one that I got, like Halloween outfit. So this is the little boy one that I picked out. It's like a little monster, and it came with little pants. It is size newborn. This is what I plan on bringing little babe home in. So hopefully we do have an October baby and not a November baby. But yeah. So I bought, these are the only 2 things that I bought that are like gender specific. I bought a little boy Halloween outfit and a little girl Halloween outfit. So those are the only 2 things that I bought that are like gender specific. Best moment of the week. I would say the best moment this week has just been spending time with my daughter. I'm really trying to soak it up because I know that like these next couple of weeks are going to be the last like weeks with her as an only child. So I'm really, really just trying to soak it all up, even though I'm like exhausted and just very uncomfortable. I'm trying my hardest to play with her and just spend time with her. We went to a couple pumpkin patches this past week, which actually there was like nobody there, but it was nice. She loves them, so that was fun. We met up with one of my friends who has 2 little girls, so she got to play with them, and it just, seeing her so happy just makes me so happy. So I would say that's definitely been the best moment of this week. The worst moment this week, usually if I'm having a worst moment, it has to do with the business that I own, which, if you're new here, I own a children's hair salon. So it's been a really challenging year to be pregnant and a business owner during a pandemic. But this past week, the AC went out at the salon. And then I found out that the they fixed the AC, which was fine. We're not using it now at this point because it's in the 60s. So we can just open the door. So it wasn't like a huge deal, but I had someone come and fix it. And then in the meantime, they found that our heat exchanger is cracked or has cracks in it, so we can't use the heat. So right now, the heat is turned off in the salon, which again, we're not using the heat yet. We haven't even turned it on yet, like this year. So it's a whole thing. Anyways, it's going to cost a good amount of money to have fixed, of course. Just what I needed right now, but it has to be fixed before little babe comes, and before it gets any colder here in Ohio. So that's what I'm dealing with. Definitely been, the worst moment this week. Like I said, majority of my worst moments throughout this entire pregnancy have been related to just being a business owner in this craziness that we are living through right now. So it's been quite interesting, let me tell you. Miss anything? I could really go for like a pumpkin beer. I'm a beer girl. I love beer. I love wine as well, red wine. I could go for a glass of red wine, like by the fire, or like just a pumpkin beer now that it's like feeling very fallish here. So yes, I keep looking at the pumpkin beer in the fridge that my husband bought, and I'm like, please save me one of those for after babe comes. What are you looking forward to? So I'm actually looking forward to a lot. I'm very excited that it is turning fall here in Ohio. I'm excited to see like the leaves change colors. This week I'm having my maternity shoot done. I'm so excited for that. And then I'm just excited to like decorate the nursery and pack my hospital bag. I've like been so excited to pack my hospital bag, which I'm gonna do here probably in the next week, I would say. I'm waiting for a few more things to come that I ordered for my hospital bag, and then hopefully I can get that packed. I love packing. Like I love packing for trips, and I love packing, like I'm very excited to pack the hospital bag. So looking forward to that. My daughter also has her school pictures this week. Oh, her first school pictures. So I'm excited for that as well. Rings on or off. They're all still on. My belly button is out, way out, been out. It's cray. Baby likes to hang out by my belly button too, so that's not helping the situation. Moody or happy, I've been a good mixture of both this week, I would say. Probably a little bit more on the happier side. Yeah, I've been both. Now for the bump shot. All right, so here is the 34-week bump. Oh, babe, it's moving right now. Let me take my sweater off. And then with my shirt up. So I noticed like if I suck in, it like brings my belly up, and then when I let out, my belly just drops. So bizarre. So here it is. I feel like it's very narrow. Like, I don't know. I just don't, like, this baby's not carrying, which I don't believe my daughter did either, like, very wide. Like, my stomach's just so narrow. But anyways, yeah. I don't know if you could see these stretch marks up here. I definitely did not have those. So those are new. I can't even see under my belly to tell you if I have any new ones under there, and I don't know that I would be able to tell anyways because I already had them down there. But these ones up here above my belly button, like this one especially, is new. So that's it for my 34-week update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you will hang around to see little babe's arrival. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.